Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be continuing on my saga. I brought myself over to Exeter, which is where I have a quest to turn in. And then I also have one sending me over to Darkshore. But let's see what Prophet Velen has to say. Audience with the Prophet. Velen smiles. Greetings, Lunacy. I've been expecting you. Velen begins to read the document. Interesting. This does indeed explain much. Truth or fiction? I thank you for the timely delivery, Lunacy. You are turning out to be one of the Hand's better agents. If only we knew who they reported to in Bloodmist, and more importantly, where this sun portal was. They seem to have it tightly guarded, wherever it may be. Would you be interested in some reconnaissance work? If so, take these orders back to Vindicator Boros. He will give you your next mission. I almost wonder, this might be the quest that takes you to that ending part that I was mentioning in the last video. Which I should be able to take a flight path back. I think in Wrath it's up on the surface though. In Retail it's right over here for the flight path. And as you may or may not notice, I am recording this still in Hollow's End. So there are quite a few Halloween decorations. I don't think the music is quite loud enough to come through in the video. I find it a little hard to balance. There are times. Wait a minute. Okay, up over here, I think. There are times where the music gets a little too loud, depending on what zone you're in. So I usually keep it nice and dull. But some places it's really peaceful. And we get some nice view of the lake on our way back over to Bloodwatch. I think this is what takes me to that ending quest that I was mentioning in the last video. I did go through and I got my achievement to discover everything in Azurmist and Bloodmist. So I did get my 2 achievements, as you can see on 1021. Not that that's, of course, when the video will be released. But that's when I went and finished up those achievements. Well, it's a good plan, but a dangerous one. I'm sure you'll be fine. Velen states, well, the quest is called I Shoot Magic into the Darkness. Velen states that if the Blood Elves have been opening rifts between this island and the Outland, there will be a residue. He just doesn't care. There will be residue or anomalies left in the area where the portals have been opened. You must search the island for locations that exhibit or display these anomalies. Be warned, Lunacy. Some of these anomalies will be creatures from the void itself. Should you find void anomalies, slay them. Report back to me with any new information that you may find. Begin your search to the north, near the warp piston. Oh, so that is not the same quest. Not at all. He wants me to go over by the Void Walkers. Mm. I'm really surprised that there's actually like people out questing. It's well, the realm time says 12:19. It's actually 2:19 in my time zone. And it's during the week, so I am surprised that people are on even this late at night. This boomkin hiding back here, trying to scare me. I must have had some conjured water in those slots. Oh, Briarthorn. Yes, please. I knew there was no way I would probably get that lucky to find two. Oh dear. Bracers. I can't really do anything with cloth bracers. I was gonna say, I did have to slay these things, right? I keep seeing the sparkles from the earth root. Thinking that it's regular loot. Ooh, pattern. I may try and sell it on the auction house at some point to get a little bit of gold, but I doubt it'll pull too much in. I suppose I'm gonna just hearth from here. I don't imagine there being a whole lot more quests in the area. Oh, and it looks like I have some crystals I can turn into him.
The Naru have not forgotten us. The Elmis are proud. Blessings upon your family. Remain vigilant.
How many did you say you saw at the time piston? Just how many times have they opened up this sun portal? This is very bad news. Alas, you have learned all that I am able to teach you, Lunacy. Kuros will call for you when it is time. The cryocore. We have others pursuing leads on the sun portal's lunacy. I need you to focus on the task at hand. Boros has received new reports of another crash site. What we've since discovered that is that the crash site is actually the Exodar's cryocore. This is a pod holding area that houses pods exactly like the ones we Draenei crawled out of in Amen Vale. This area also holds medical supplies. Head to the cryocore directly west of Bloodwatch. Search for supplies and search for survivors. I'm gonna quick trick or treat and probably vendor a couple things. Give me a wand. I'll hang on to it for now.
Sage.
And I'll head back over to those blood elves to try and rescue some survivors and get some medical supplies. Sure, I'll have to take out a few of these guys. Looks like somebody else is here as well, judging by the corpses. So it might be a little hard to find some survivors. Oh wait, it doesn't... I don't think that's a quest objective. I think it's just the supplies. Wait, what? He was just standing by some. That is so strange. I swear I'm gonna like watch the video back to see if I was crazy. Maybe he used them. I swear it was like right on the ground. They are spawning quickly. I assume because there's other players in the area. Things tend to hyper spawn in the, at least in like the classic and the wrath format. If there are more players in an area, things tend to hyper spawn, including enemies. Easy peasy. Just run past these bears. And go give him his medical supplies. Was the information accurate? Just blood elves? No survivors? This is troubling. I'll need some time to think this through, Lunacy. Perhaps Asim or Boros have an assignment for you to complete. Don't drink the water. Our shaman claim that the elements of water have become greatly agitated by the pollution of the water source. We know that the Exedar's core is lodged into the mountain to the west. It must be leaking volatile fluids into the water supply. I need you to get me more information. Asim points to the flask and nods. You are to take this flask and follow the beach north until you reach the area where the river of blood mist drain into the ocean. Take a sample from that location and return to me. I think that's up by that bear. Yep. And I think I'm just going to cut through here like I normally do. Try and avoid the warlock, or the warlocks, the murlocs. Some nice herbs up there by those satyr mobs. It is tempting to go and get them, but I'm hoping there'll be plenty in Darkshore once I get there. And head on back. I imagine he's gonna find something in the water that should not be there. Apologies if you can hear the late night traffic. Sometimes during the week on my road there is an occasional semi that goes past. And sometimes I worry about the mic picking it up. Peace Bloom gets me every time on the mini map. Alright, let's see what he tells us. Don't drink the water, Lunacy. As I suspected, the water has turned red due to contamination from leaking core fluid. I hope you didn't swim in any of that contaminated water. Well, sir, you asked me to, so I did. Limits of physical exhaustion. Victory is close at hand, Lunacy. With the discovery of the Sun Gate, it won't be long until their supply lines are completely closed off. Now, it's time to strike at their numbers. To the west, you will find numerous Sunhawk camps. The Sunhawk pyromancers and defenders occupy the vast majority of the area. Find them, kill them, and return to me. Ah, yes, I do believe this is that quest line that I was worried that I would not have access to. So I imagine that this video is going to be the finale of this zone, and then probably a brief introduction into Darkshore. I do have to keep an eye out for that elite. Not that I couldn't take him though. I did kill him in last video. There he is. I'll leave him be for now. He's just kind of standing there. Well, he's sitting on his horse that is standing there, but okay. He's just taking a little break. She's just kind of kneeling in the road. Strangely. I imagine there'll probably not be quite enough of the quest mob on this side, and I'll have to check out the other side of the road as well. I believe I cleared out this whole side. Let's hope I can get everything I need from the other side. Excuse me. I see you. I'll let this guy kill himself on me. Ah, too bad it's cloth. It's a shame that you couldn't collect the appearances for gear until I believe Kata, which I do at some point plan on doing post Kata content. Probably more likely after I get through a lot of the Wrath content, since it's first in the storyline, and I want to keep it somewhat chronological. Do I have any water? Yikes. Am I drawing a blank? Where did my beverages all go? Oh, right there. I'm like, I know I had something to drink. Random. Oh, I guess there's a couple. There's like these random ravagers back here. These. This. Oh, yeah, that is the whole quest. So many herbs back here in this corner. It's a shame I don't need those ones. I know they're going to send me right back over there. But it is nice at least to have a traveling mount. I know I'm level 37, but I only have 2 gold, and I believe even with exalted status or exalted reputation, I believe the second level of mount speed is 40 gold. So I will not have that type of money for a little while. Even if I go through and do more dungeons, it's going to take a little while just because I also have to purchase spells, like the higher ranks of spells as I unlock them with every other level. So that's what's been taking most of my money. That and bags. I had to buy a couple of bags because it was just getting intolerable. Limits of physical exhaustion. This will surely soften up their defenses and make them think twice before rushing foolishly into our ranks. The Sun Gate. Thanks to you and the work you did, my scouts were able to find the Sun Gate. The elves keep the portal location mobile so that they can move it at a moment's notice. That's why the site you investigated was empty. The strength of such a system is also its greatest weakness. The Sun Gate is stabilized by portal controllers. If we can take down the controllers, the portal will be ours to destroy. The current Sun Gate location can be found west of here, south of the vector coil. Find it and destroy it. And he wants me to go right back to where I was just killing those mobs. I really wish that the mini map, like in current retail, it has like a gold arrow at the edge, kind of like how there's the silver one. There's a gold one for like your current task that you're tracking, and usually it's a quest. So you don't have to constantly pull up your map to notice if you're going the right way. It makes it a lot easier, in my opinion. But unfortunately, Wrath of the Lich King did not have that yet. So that does mean I do frequently open my map. So I know to use these. destroy them rather than use them. I like how I have to run out and mess with the portal itself in order to close it. Almost. I thought I would have a hearthstone by now. I'm not gonna say no to some gold. I still have 3.5 minutes. So by the time I get back and get my next quest in the chain, I believe the next quest is where they send me up the hill for the finale. But I should be able to hearth back for sure by then. I do like that it's at least a half an hour in Wrath of the Lich King versus Classic. Classic Hearth was an hour long. Oh my god. And it made it so difficult. Everything took so long to do. I remember when I started this series, I was very conflicted if I wanted to start with Classic and then eventually do Wrath. But I just kind of figured a lot of what is in Classic would just be a direct repeat of most of the stuff in Wrath. There might be a few quests that are a little bit different because locations changed, but a lot of it's the same. Just with Wrath has more content. Smashing! We've cut off their supply line. Now, all that we need to do is finish them off. Yes, we do need to finish them off. Are you guys seriously not going to give me the quest? They're really not going to give me the quest? I am so offended. I'm joking, but oh man, that is a little bit of a disappointment. Alright. A little bit anticlimactic if you're not a Draenei. So, I suppose I'm gonna fly back to the Exodar and do my Newfound Alleys quest. Which is going to take me over to Darkshore. I imagine because of how many quests there are when you get to Aberdeen and Darkshore. I don't even know if I'm gonna get to start questing. I might talk or read myself hoarse by the time I'm finished with picking up all the quests. We'll see if I can even make it through that. There are also some class quests that I need to pick up as well, I think. One of the other things that I really want to get for this character is the Glyph of Thorns. And basically, what it does for me is it makes it so that my Thorns quest, my Thorns quest, my Thorns spell lasts an hour on me instead of just 10 minutes. Very nifty. Ah, Druid Trainer. I could only afford a couple. Newfound allies. Greetings, Druid. What have you there? I can help you get to Aberdeen. Fortunately, it's only a short boat trip away. The way to Aberdeen. If you wait on the dock, you'll see the boat arriving from the port of Aberdeen in Darkshore. Once it is offloaded, its passengers, you'll be able to board. After a short journey, the boat will put in at Aberdeen. Port in, I think is what they meant to say. Will port in at Aberdeen and you'll be able to deliver your message. It's probably best to take this to Thunderous Windweaver, an old friend of mine and a well-respected citizen of town. Oh hey, let's see if I can make it over there. Beautiful. And while I'm waiting on my boat ride, I might as well rebuff. There are going to be so many quests. So many quests. I'm pretty sure this one sends me somewhere else, but I'm going to pick it up anyways. High Perch Venom. As you may know, wyverns are often tamed by orcs for use as mounts, but what is less known is that the venom of a wyvern in some circles is more valuable than the beast itself. So, if you're not afraid to do a little wyvern hunting, then I have a job for you. There's a place called High Perch in the land of 1,000 Needles west of here. The High Perch wyverns have a potent venom, potent and valuable. Bring 10 High Perch venom sacs to Fiora Long Ears in Theramore. So that does indeed take me to a very different area. I'm just going to keep it in my quest log so that I don't forget to pick it up later. For love eternal. In the aftermath of the battles at the Well of Eternity, I heard that Ametharon had been destroyed, its people dead, including my love Anaya. I would never have thought thousands of years later that memories of Anaya would still haunt my dreams. Wandering the woods of Darkshore in a stupor, I found myself in the ruins of Ametharon, where I saw the haunted spirit of my beloved. She must be freed, but I lack the heart to do it. Her spirit must be destroyed. Quest objective is to free the spirit of Anaya Dawnrunner and bring her pendant back to Cerulean Whiteclaw in Aberdeen. Buzzbox 827. Hey, help me with my latest invention, the Buzzbox. You can talk to people far away. Maybe you've already seen them. They're boxes with levers on them. The only problem is that they need constant maintenance. Each one suffers from a different problem, but I made a really smart decision. I placed each one near creatures that have the proper parts to fix that particular machine. Right now, Buzzbox 827 is on the fritz. It's just south of Aberdeen, real close. It takes 6 crawler legs to fix it. I'll pay ya. Let's see. Anything up here? Yes. Washed ashore. Majestic sea creatures are known to launch themselves at the Darkshore coastline, beached there until they die. Lately, these beasts have been washing ashore in ever-increasing numbers. I have been sent here by the Temple of the Moon to investigate, but the presence of murlocs along the water has made my research difficult. There is a giant creature washed ashore just south of Aberdeen that is ringed by the foul grey mist murlocs. Could you go there and retrieve bones from the creature for our study? I sure will. Fruit of the sea. I love crab. Crabs are the fruit of the sea. You can bake it, barbecue it, boil it, and broil it. Anybody that doesn't know, that is a Forrest Gump reference. They're pan-fried, deep-fried, and stir-fried. There's crab salad, crab soup, crab stew, pepper crab, lemon crab, whipper-root crab, and iron-forged surprise crab. That's about it. I'm here fishing right now, so I can't get any fine crab chunks. You can pick them out of the reef crawlers and encrusted tide crawlers. You can make a lot with it. You can bake it, barbecue it, boil it. And then he also has the family and the fishing pole. I love fishing. The blump. I just realized, isn't his name is even a play on Forrest Gump. The Blump family is known for fishing. My name is Gubber Blump. I fish. There's a kind of fish I like to catch around these parts called darkshore grouper. I used to go out on a boat to fish for grouper, but no boats have been going out since the mean old murlocs moved in. I bet they're eating up all the grouper too. Say, you want to help me catch darkshore grouper? I'd give you a bona fide Blump family fishing pole if you did. It's a real good pole to catch fish with. Don't I have... Oh, I have stuff to vendor. Oh, I should have turned those in before I left. I guess I don't have a fishing pole. I'm definitely going to be doing the fishing quest. I will make this in my home, actually. I'll be doing the fishing quest off camera just because it's gonna be really boring with not a lot for me to say or comment on. We have a wanted poster out here. Wanted, Murk Deep. Attention. A reward is being offered for the death of the Murloc Murk Deep. This foul beast is known to be responsible for the death of at least one sentinel and is suspected of causing the sinking of at least 2 cargo vessels in the waters off Darkshore. Murkdeep was last spotted at a hudded Murloc camp south of Aberdeen and is thought to be protecting the huts there. Reward claims for this bounty should be claimed with Sentinel Glinda Nalshia in Aberdeen, the Aberdeen Village Council. So, find and slay the Murloc known as Murkdeep. The creature is thought to be defending the Murloc huts south of Aberdeen along the water. Let's see what he has. Cave mushrooms. I am devising a potion that requires rare mushrooms, mushrooms that grow only in a certain cave. The cave lies behind Cliff Spring Falls to the east and slightly north along the mountains. I would go there myself, but I was advised by the Grove of the Ancients to stay away from that place. Our vulnerable allies sense that the cave is the hiding place for a new evil in Darkshore. Please, Lunacy, gather the mushrooms for me, and while doing so, scout the cave to confirm the ancients' fears. So bring 5 scabber stalks and 1 death cap to Bathurst Moonshade in Aberdeen. The Red Crystal. Hostile moonkin roam in ever-increasing numbers to our east. They once were thought to be gentle, almost mystical creatures. While some continue to hold reverence for them, The safety of Aberdeen forces me to keep a more realistic view. I've received reports that moonkin are being drawn to a large red crystal along the Dark Shore's eastern mountain range. No one has any idea what that crystal is, or even if it really exists. I want you to locate it over there and report back to me with what you find. Researching the corruption. Foolish blood elves toil with demonic magic. Have they not witnessed what happened with the Naga and with the satyrs of Kalimdor? I fear that the blood elves will meet a similar deformation. Azeroth cannot afford to give birth to another vile race of monsters. I wish to study the brainstems of the satyr and Naga so that I might deduce what fate the elves are headed toward in Black Fathom Deeps on the coast of Ashenvale. You will find both satyr and Naga. 'Tis a long journey, Lunacy. Actually, I'm going to go back to this corner. And work my way from left to right, I think. The absent-minded prospector. What an honor it is when Master Grey Whisker assigned me to work under the guidance of the great prospector Remtravel. At the Academy in Ironforge, everyone knew of Remtravel's great discoveries, but the prospector is rather oblivious to his surroundings. We have uncovered evidence of a great society. Horrible golems sprang forth from the ground and overran the site. Remtravel never seemed to notice. I ran back to Aberdeen for help. Please travel south and see if the prospector is okay. Easy Strider living. Do you smell that delicious aroma? It's my secret recipe, Lunacy. Fresh Strider stew. Delicious. Perhaps you would be interested in learning the recipe? Before I teach you the recipe, you will need to prove that you can handle the beasts. Now, I don't expect you to go out and tame one and ride it back to me, but if you can kill a few and bring back some of their succulent meat, I may be persuaded to show you the ways of the Strider stew. So the way to Aberdeen. Welcome to Aberdeen, friend. What brings you to Darkshore? Thundress accepts the letter from you and reads it quickly, nodding. The Isles of the Draenei call Azurmist and Bloodmist were inhabited long ago by my people. Some of the threats faced by Anchorite Pathius and his brethren are ancient enemies of the Night Elves. I am certain that the people of Aberdeen are willing to provide what aid we can to our new allies. As soon as I have spoken with the townspeople and the sentinels, I will send word to Pathius. Bashalaran. The ruins of Bashalaran to the east are overrun with demonic minions. The sprites and satyrs that have taken up residence in the area feed upon the magical energies of the area, their powers growing from continued exposure. Even with that, I have noticed that there is one shrine they will not approach. On the western side of the ruins, atop a small bluff, a strange blue aura permeates. There must be an explanation to the demon's reluctance. I would like you to investigate it. Tools of the Highborn. Druid, a task I would ask of you. How have you seen the ruins of Amatharon? If not, you will find them on the eastern side of the main road, some ways to the south. Once they were the home to many powerful highborn. Now they are a testament to the destruction their dabblings produced. I have been told by the sentinels that the spirits of the highborn persist, and that they wield their ancient magical implements. Those relics must be appropriated so that we might destroy them. And onward to Ashenvale. Recently, Renee Wolfrunner came through Aberdeen from Darnassus and was headed to Ashenvale. She said something about the furbolgs. I wasn't given an opportunity to ask more about her situation, but perhaps you can seek her out and lend her your aid, Druid. Take the southern road out of Aberdeen. Once you have reached Ashenvale border, continue your path down the road. There you will find Astranar and Renee Wolfrunner. So of course I won't be doing that for a little while. I think I'll read one more, which is this one, and then I'll leave these ones to start out the next video with. So, deep ocean, vast sea. Off the coast of Darkshire, to our north, are two wrecked ships, the Silver Dawning and the Mist Veil. Some time ago, both ships ran afoul of the blasted Murlocs as they sailed across the vast sea into Aberdeen. They now lie at the bottom of the ocean as trophies for those fiends. Both captains didn't make it out that night, and their logs and other effects are still below in lockboxes. I'd like for you to recover them for us. It would mean a lot to the crew members still around these parts. Alright, so when I start the next video, I will read out the remainder of these quests, and I will get started on all of these things. I'm not sure what that does. I'll get started on all the stuff that I'll have to do, which there will be a lot, judging by all of the quests that I just picked up. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to like and subscribe and leave some comments for feedback or just general comments. I hope you have a good night, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.